I think the sovereign debt crisis is a major issue. I do think that, eventually we will hit a kind of strong phase of monetary debasement. I'm not sure that AI is going to entirely bail us out of that crisis. And I do think Bitcoin
Seroy says a debt crisis is coming and Bitcoin's own limitations might cap it. That limitation is exactly why I bought more this morning.
is in prime position and arguably sole position to capitalize on that. Now, to what extent it capitalizes, it could potentially be capped somewhat by,
Sole position to capitalize on it, then he calls the reason for that a ceiling.
Bitcoin's limitations. Like if we just keep things as the status quo, it's like great. It's just, it's a non-sovereign store of value. That is probably good enough to be a world-changing asset. But
Look at the status quo he wants to beat. Washington adds $7.2 billion of debt a day, and interest alone hit $1.04 trillion this year, more than defense. Bitcoin adds 450 coins a day, and in 2028 that drops to 225. One of those came out of a meeting.
you do better than that. And I think that's kind of really what we're pushing at the frontier of Bitcoin is kind of exploring, is there more? Is there more to be desired here?
Yeah, that's something what I want to talk about today. I still want to kind of like hash out this idea. And the reason why I ask with this framing is that every single
Better than a supply no one can change? That is the product.
cycle of sorts, the 2017 cycle to the 2021 cycle to the 2024-5 cycle, I guess, is like, it's marked by like Bitcoin growing in like some sort of like step function way in like adoption and legitimacy and price. And, when Bitcoin peaked in 2017, 2018, it was still a bunch of retail, but you got your first idea of like, institutions and people building very...
His history is fair. Novogratz built Galaxy, Saylor built the Treasury trade. Every step needed someone to show up.
large businesses around this. This is like when Mike Novogratz went from just like a speculator to like he started to build Galaxy in 2017, 2018. And then in 2020 to 2021, you had Michael Saylor first start to do the whole Bitcoin treasury thing. And then now here we are, and like Saylor is once again trying to like elevate Bitcoin from digital gold to digital capital.
And that's the real catch. Digital gold to digital capital is a demand story. Custody, institutions, approval, any of it can stall.
And every single cycle, like Bitcoin just grows in one step function values, like step up in terms of just like how adopted and legitimate and valuable it is as an asset. But I don't think every future...
So split them. Demand steps need permission. The 21 million cap needs nobody's. I own